So today we're going to be putting on this awesome little gasket for the oil filter adapter on the Tahoe, as well as outer tie rod end on the passenger side. Take this off because it is back here. Probably can't see that too well. Right up above the oil filter. And they call it an oil filter adapter gasket. Drive shaft, 11mm bolts. Pull that out. And then it's 10mm bolts for that. Pull that off. I'm gonna get some oil coming out of that. Hopefully not a whole lot. But as you can see, all the oil that's all over the place, that's all basically coming from that, because it's high pressure, about 50 psi coming out of there, and when you're hitting the gas it's close to, I don't know, say 70, 75, 80. Could only be 60, I might be wrong. And this is gonna be fun because I hurt my shoulder the other day, about a week ago. Actually, a week ago last night. And it's hard to get my left arm up above my head. Anyway, let's get to work. Yeah, some oil poured out of there into the bucket. Now I just need to clean up that surface, which is still pretty clean. And on this, I need to clean that up and get this old gasket off. Get the silicone off of it, and put the new gasket in, and be real fast. So we've already got this cleaned. Brake cleaned it off. Brake cleaned that off. So that it's got a good clean service to mate to. It is rather quick, rather simple. Just two 10mm bolts, hold it in. And an $11 gasket can save you a lot of pain and stress. I forgot to mention that in order to get this to turn, your front drive shaft to turn, if it's an all-wheel drive vehicle, you got to get your transmission in neutral. So you take off the shift cable, get your transmission in neutral, you'll be able to spin that easy. Coming at you. Always start your bolts by hand, at least a few threads, because if you just try to zip them down with a gun, it's not always going to cross thread, but it has the potential of happening. And I tell you what, if you do that on those bolts and you end up breaking them, those are a pain to try to easy out from the friggin' yoke. It's not a fun thing to do. Now on the other part. That's going to be fun. Because I have right here is my greaser for my inner tie rod end, and I have to get that out of there, which I'm probably going to have to drill out, but we'll see what happens. For the inner tie rod end, I don't know what size this is, but I definitely have a pipe wrench that'll fit on there. And this is a 22 7/8. You got to loosen that up. And right here, let's see if I can get to it. Right here it has a spot that's like 13 millimeter, and you just loosen that up. I would take a measurement from here all the way to here. Oh, yep, you can't see that. All the way out here to make sure you still have the same length so that your alignment won't be too far off. And or there is another way, which is measuring from tread to tread, and it has to be like the same spot and as level as possible from side to side, and then measure on the back in the same similar type spots, and it should be no more than a 1/16 off toe in. So the front measurement will be a 1/16 shorter than the back, and that should get you to an alignment shop, which is exactly what I'm going to do. And yeah, other than that, let's get this out of here and swapped out. It's gonna take quite a number of turns to get this out of the outer tie rod end. You don't necessarily have to take your tires off, at least not on this. I wouldn't even have to take the tires off to get the inner or outer tie rod end off. Anyway.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud.
Degrees are right there, right there. And there's supposed to be one right there, and it broke off. I don't know if you can see that, but it sure, first off, it shouldn't be that freaking loose. Second, I'm not strong enough with my shoulder as of right now to be able to pull that in and out, but it's got a lot of movement. This nut is still exactly where it was, just 2 turns away from the outer tie rod end. So I'm going to match that one up as close as I can, and then I'll get it to my measurement that I took before. And no matter what, I'm still going to straighten out my front and rear measurements from the tires, and hopefully that helps somebody out. This is gonna be loud. Guess not as loud as I thought. Yeah, I know. There's gonna be metal in there. I'm gonna have to clean it out. And the reason why I'm drilling that out with multiple different drill bits is to get it back opened to the size that it actually is. And now I can see threads again. I don't know if you can see it, but there's threads right there. Now I got my new greaser in, my new inner tie rod end. I just need to tighten that up. I'm going to have to take this back off. Or back off. I didn't even take it off to begin with. I'm going to have to take the outer tie rod end off and screw it on. Put it back in place. Because there's not really a shortcut to screw this in and have this screwed in all at the same time. It just doesn't really work.
Slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can.
So now that I got that back on, greaser. I need to check where my steering wheel is to make sure my steering wheel stays straight, and then take my measurements, get it all ready for the oh, don't ever forget to grease. And since you're already here greasing stuff, might as well get your ball joints, if your ball joints have greasers, up here, down here, both sides, outer tie rod in, inner tie rod in.
Say anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. That's how you get big box, you get yachts, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. I ain't done chasing, got big dreams, bigger things, impatient. Who's at the top think they need replacement? Who's at the top think I'm gonna erase them? Face it, I don't give up quick, I don't give up, I won't give up this. Cause I know that I want it, know that I'm on it, I'll make it, I promise. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe.
I got everything tightened up, and I'm starting to grease everything. That's all I need to do left. And start it and make sure that there's no leaks from the oil filter housing gasket that I replaced. But it's easy as that. Hopefully that helps somebody out that's wanting to do the same type of stuff themselves. We definitely appreciate you watching, and thank you again for joining us. Hope you all have a great day.